Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this necklace. I'm going to use 20 gauge aluminum wire and 14 gauge. For the piece that goes around the neck, I'm going to use 16 by 3 inches each. For the drop, I'm going to use 8 pieces. This piece is 2 inches and I'm going to use this to make the head pin. This piece is 3.2 centimeters and I'm going to use this to make the clasp. These jump rings are 3 millimeter and I'm going to use them to make a 1x1 chain. And I'm going to use a flush cutter, a standard chain nose plier, and this is a bent chain nose. This is a round nose plier, and these are 6 millimeter pearl beads. I'm also going to use a bench block and this chasing hammer. These are optional. If you don't have them, you don't have to use them. I'm going to make the piece that goes around the neck first. And this wire is 3 inches. So I place my round nose plier at 1 inch down. Then bend the wire away from me. Then place the plier at the bend like this. And take the end of that wire over the barrel of the plier. Adjust the plier. Take it to the other side. Go back in and center your loop. Then grip the loop with the chain nose and wrap the shorter end around the longer end. You can wrap it around in its entirety or you can trim the excess wire. Also, this wire is soft, so it might bend out of place while you're wrapping it. So you can just use your plier to straighten it. Next, I'm going to add a bead. Then use my standard chain nose to grip the wire like this and bend it away from me. Place the round nose at the bend. Then take the wire over the barrel of the plier. Adjust your plier. Take the wire to the back. Then center the loop. Next, I'm going to grip the loop like this and wrap it around the bottom. So you wrap it around until you see a small gap. Then slightly bend the loop away from you. Take the tail across like this. Trim the excess wire. Then squeeze the end of the wire down into the gap. And this is one of 16 links. So the other links are going to be made the same, except I'm going to connect the links before I wrap the smaller end around. So you measure 1 inch on your wire, then place the plier there, then make a loop and center your loop, then open the loop like this, and connect it like this. Then use the chain nose to grip the loop, and then you just go ahead and wrap the smaller end around the longer end. Right here, I'm going to add another bead. Then I'm just going to wrap the top just the same like I did before. So I bend the wire, or grip the wire and bend it away from me. Then make a loop with my round nose and wrap the end of it around the bottom. This is the method that I'm going to use to make this chain. And I'm going to add 16 beads. And once you've connected all the links, this is what it is going to look like. Next, I'm going to make the center of the necklace. I'm going to use the 2 inches of 20 gauge wire to make a head pin. So you grip the wire like this and bend the very end of it away from you. Then use the chain nose to squeeze it down. Then trim a small piece from it like this. Then place the bead on. I'm going to grip the wire just above the bead like this, then bend it away from me. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my round nose plier to make the loop, just the same as before. Next, I'm going to go ahead and make 7 separate links, then connect them individually. So this wire is 3 inches and I place the plier at the 1 inch mark, then bend it away from me and then make a loop like before. So you want to go ahead and do this 7 times. And once you've added all the beads, this is what it is going to look like. At this point you should have 8 beads. Now I'm going to use another link to connect the piece in the middle and the piece that goes around the neck. To connect the pieces together, make your loop like so, open it, then count until you get to 8, and that is going to be your middle. I'm going to take these two in the middle and push them together like this. So you put them together like this. Then thread the open loop through the two closed loops. Then grip the open loop and wrap it around the bottom. Then go ahead and use the wire cutter to trim the excess wire and then squeeze the end of the wire down. And moving on, I'm going to make the clasp. This wire is 3.2 centimeters. You'll need to cut your wire flush, and to do so use the back of the flush cutter. Then make a loop. To shape the clasp, ensure that the loop is pointing towards you. Place the wire between the jaws of the plier and be careful not to get the wire caught into this part of the plier. You want to have a small piece which is about 0.4 centimeter hanging over. Then twist your dominant hand away from you, twist again, and it is going to look like this. Then turn it over like this, then grip the very tip of the wire and then bend it just a little towards you. I'm going to use this needle file to smooth the end of the clasp. Next, I'm going to use the bench block and the chasing hammer to flatten the piece. So you just place it on there, then you gently hammer it. I'm going to turn it around like this, then hammer this part a bit more. And you'll need to shape this after you've hammered it, so use your round nose plier instead of your finger. Next, I'm going to make a 1x1 chain, and what that is, you just basically add one jump ring to another. With the opening of the jump ring facing away from you, grip the jump ring on both sides and twist your hands to open it, then add 2 jump rings. Then go ahead and close that jump ring. So this is what it looks like when you separate them. So now I'm going to go and add another jump ring, and you open it just like before and add it just like that and close it, and you continue like that. I'm going to continue like this until I've got 8 inches. This is what your chain is going to look like when you are done. To connect the chain to the necklace, I'm going to open one of the jump ring, then connect it to the left side of the necklace. Then use a jump ring to connect the clasp to the right side. And this is how you close it. I do hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.